we're back. Episode 3. Yeah, 3.
3.5.
3.5. Alright, so for today's episode, we found a couple questions, general questions that could help, I guess, answer some things about our show and our characters. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to try to keep this a little shorter because last episode was
very long.
Very long. Penny! Ignore the dog who's just trying to get our attention right now. She's filming a video. Hey, Penny! Come in here! This is your chance! Want to get introduced? You want to get introduced? Want to get introduced? This is Penny. I just realized I never really introduced her to my channel, but this is Penny. She's our mascot. I know!
Professional theater dog.
Professional theater dog, yeah. Alright. We're going to answer some questions.
So, rapid fire round, quick production questions.
Yes.
What sort of person is going to love this show?
Ooh. For me, this show is really all about girl power. So I feel like
Men, obviously.
oh yeah, totally men. Yeah. You know, let them know what's really happening and where their place is. But
Oh my god.
yeah.
You can't say that on the internet.
Try me. But yeah, no, because it is such girl power, I think from all different generations of girls and women, I think they're really gonna love this show. I know, like, since the cast is majority girls, we're really loving this. I personally think that's gonna be our main target. And probably just the people who think girl power just doesn't exist for whatever reason. Listen up. I highly suggest you come and you just sit down and listen. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, moving on.
I think people coming to Absolutely Dead who will love it are the people who enjoy mysteries and enjoy trying to figure out who done it, because it is a very challenging show to figure out, and it is something so awesome to watch again and again. And so I definitely think that if you are into mystery and you specifically want to try to figure it out, like, this is something you will absolutely love.
Yeah, for sure.
Why did you want to be involved in this production?
Ooh. For one, I'd done a show with this company before, and they're practically another family to me by this point. Two, as soon as I saw the words, you know, girl power, I was like, that's all I needed to hear. I'm here for that. And just the music in this show is, you know, done by a lot of famous female artists like Sarah Bareilles,
Whitney Houston.
Exactly, yeah. It's the list goes on and on, but we have great female groups and artists. Yes, we love and praise them. They're walking, living gods. And so, I mean, just seeing that information was all I needed to know that wanted me to do this show. And so,
I wanted to do this show because I wanted to get back in theater, and the timing was right.
that's also true.
It was just those were my motivations of getting involved. But then once I got involved, once the audition started, I wanted the character. I wanted her bad. That would sound horrible out of context, but I did. She just instantly, I was so intrigued by who she was, and I wanted to help bring that to life.
Yeah.
Okay. Who should not come see this show?
Who should not come see this show? Oh God. I don't really think. I mean, the show is appropriate for all audiences, so I don't really know who shouldn't come see this show.
No one's acceptable.
No one's acceptable. No. I don't think.
So we don't have any like profanity or anything in our show, but I do think, you know, if you have very small children who may not enjoy murder and mystery,
The dark things.
then maybe it's not for you. But it's not like, it's not heavy. If you Agatha Christie's and Then There Were None, it's about that same level of spook. It's not.
Yeah.
If you can watch Clue the movie with your kid, you can watch this.
There you go. That's your answer.
Who has the best costume?
We also haven't really gotten our costumes yet, so I don't really know if I can answer that question. But
Susan, the actress, has the best costume. She's so over the top. She's got like a scarf and these feather earrings and a little thing in her hair that makes it look kind of like a tiara, and these boots. Susan has the best costume.
nice.
Not Alice, but that's fine.
Yeah, I'll answer that question when we get the costumes.
How is this character like you, and how is she different?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, when I read the character description to my two very close friends, Josh and Luke, who are practically brothers to me by this point, the first thing they did was they looked at each other and then looked at me and they said, Louisa, that is you. So I think the one thing for sure is we definitely tried to hide by our sarcastic and witty humor. Emma and I really do have very sarcastic and witty.
What?
No. She doesn't know what I'm talking about at all. I'm never sarcastic or witty around Maddi at all. I don't know what you mean. I definitely have moments where I think I do know what's best for everybody else. That's just my paranoia speaking for my friends. I just want to make sure they're okay. But I'm not constantly trying to set people up with other people. But I definitely think there are times where she and I are unsure what we want from our lives, and we hide it with witty and sarcastic humor for sure. But
So deep.
I'm always on a deep level.
Alice and I are both very intelligent and clever. We both, when we love 100% and deeply. So I think we're both romantics in that way. Alice is more emotional than I am, and that's saying something, because it's not like I'm not. But she is so very emotional. Not that she doesn't have reason to be, but she is. I think Alice might even be a little bit braver than I am, though, because she goes through the absolutely unimaginable, and I can't even imagine being in her spot.
In the beginning of the show, Emma is very, like, one thing characters keep telling her to stop doing is meddling in other people's lives. And she's always trying to get in other people's business and claim what's best for everybody else, and that's why she's kind of a bitch in the beginning. I try not to be like that.
What is the biggest challenge about taking on this role?
I think the hardest thing is Emma in this musical, from how I see her, she's very girly. And if you know me, I'm not a very girly person. So I think for me, especially in men, I feel like a woman, our dance for that is very flirty and girly. And that's not usually how I do. Exactly. And that's just not how I usually approach things. So I think just trying to get out of my comfort zone with her was my main thing. But that's just it for me, really.
I think the hardest part about portraying Alice and bringing her to life has got to be finding the balance and everything, just because, as I said, she is very emotional, and there's so many different things that happen, like back to back, right on top of the other. It can be really difficult to bring your energy from out of nowhere super up and then drop it all of a sudden. You have to summon a lot of energy out of nowhere, and it's hard. What makes a good scene partner? Let's talk about that. A good scene partner, as I have been so blessed to have, is someone who is communicative and will talk to you about it, who is a giving partner, giving in that they don't, they try to help you bring your character out, and you try to help them bring their character out. That's especially important in improv, because if you don't give somebody something to work with, the scene's not going to go
anywhere. You never say no in improv.
No. Funny. But like my opposite, who plays John, has been amazing, because they're, and us building our romance together, and like, well, can I grab your arm here? Yeah, that's fine. Can I do this? And asking permission and respecting each other's boundaries, and also just really make sure you two are on the same page about bringing whatever message you're supposed to do to the audience. I think that is probably the most important part about being a scene partner, a good scene partner.
Yeah, I agree with that one. We were doing one of the scenes, and he had us switch characters. And he said, pay attention to what each person is doing differently, and maybe take notes on that. So next time how you approach your character. And it actually helped us all a lot. It really did help us a lot. Because whether if it's something we're kind of stuck on, that we just can't figure out how to pursue a certain line or whatever, that was one thing that exercise really helped on. And so I think we all really benefited a lot from that. But it's good stage chemistry. I really don't know how I could say it any better than Maddi did, because she kind of hit home there. That was a pretty good answer on that one.
It's been an experience. Besides yourself, which actor in this production is going to blow people away?
Ooh. That's a tough question. That is a really tough question.
Just really, we're the best.
Everybody in Emma is absolutely incredible, and I could not have asked for a better cast for the show. This is a really hard question. Everybody who's singing, everybody is bringing their own, unique talents to these roles, and singing songs that were made famous by, gods is not easy. And, I'm going to call some people out here. Lexi is playing Harriet. She's doing a great job at singing How Will I Know, and I Want to Dance with Somebody. Whitney Houston is a goddess. Trying to sing her songs is not easy, so Lexi, give yourself credit for that. Our Frankie is doing an absolutely incredible job. He's really getting into Heartbreaker, which is his song. He's really getting into that. Our Jane is doing, everybody's doing fantastic in this show. And they're doing a great job at kind of keeping what the original artist had in mind, but also bringing their own uniqueness to it. So that's a really tough question because everyone's doing such a good job at that. But
And what year are you running for president? Everybody in this show is doing absolutely fantastic. I would be lying if I said otherwise, but I really think Terry, who's playing Ruth, deserves a shout out because her character has to give so much, and she has to have these really long, weird monologues that, and she's playing a character that is so unbelievably not her. Ruth is a homemaker, she's a matriarch, Terry is not. And so I think because she's bringing so much of the character alive that isn't already in herself, and that she's doing so much in this show, and that her character has such crazy moments and things to remember, I think that she really is going to blow everyone away. Mm-hmm. What do you hate about your character?
Oh, man.
This is the one to end it all.
Oh, man. So, like I said before, in the very beginning of the show, my character's a jerk. And, in the beginning, she's basically telling Harriet, you can't date this guy because he's a townie, he's a loser. His parents can't even afford to send him to our school. Like, she's just a total jerk. And I remember the first time we blocked that scene where I help her reject this character when he asks her out on a date. I felt, Emma didn't care. Louisa felt awful because the girl who plays Martin, who's the character I help Harriet reject, I remember Jake telling her to be like, oh, okay, thanks for letting me know, both of you. And she had those puppy dog eyes and just the really sad face.
But I like him.
Yeah, and the first time we blocked that scene, I felt awful. And it just she's just a total jerk in the beginning. And granted, playing a jerk can be fun. It can be really fun, but when you first block that scene and you see like that really the sadness in another person's eyes, it hurt my soul a little bit. But otherwise, I don't really know what else I hate about her other than she's just a total jerk in the beginning.
With Alice, I kind of hate. I really like Alice.
Yeah.
I do hate how manipulated she is throughout the show, because she is such a strong woman, and she does by the end of it come full circle and establish her independence. But leading up to the show, like before we even join the family, and as you see in the show, like she is so manipulated for so long by the people she cares about most, and like she's better than that, and I know she's better than that, and she eventually figures out she's better than that, but it takes her a long time to get there. So I very much don't like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think both of our characters definitely have a lot of development in the show and a lot of growth, and it's definitely seen. If you come see the show, that is. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Look at all the dates that are down somewhere.
I'll put them on this. I'm just gonna point wherever you point on the screen.
Wherever.
They'll be in the description
Date
below.
there, date there, date there. There's an icon over here. Vote on which day you're coming, just so we know.
just tell us what day you're coming. But yeah, so for sure. I think that's it for this video. Yeah. If you have any suggestions on what you want to see or anything like that, or questions, we'd be more than happy to show you guys certain things or answer certain things. So do not feel hesitant about that. But anyways, we will see you guys in the next episode. So until then,
bye.
Bye.